There's a few people out there in different communities who think that, well, we're all about graded exercise therapy. We're not. We actually think that exercise can be harmful and dangerous done in the wrong way. And unfortunately, most of the time it's been wrongly prescribed to people who weren't ready to partake in a movement or exercise program, and they, as a consequence, they feel worse for that. So exercise is bad for you and good for you depending on where you're at. And that's the most important thing that you can take away from this video, is to know that exercise, done in the right appropriate way at the right time is amazing and has helped thousands of people. But exercise done at the wrong time, in the wrong situation and circumstances, has been terrible for thousands of people and totally wrongly prescribed and shouldn't have been prescribed in that way. And I went through this myself, when I was going through chronic fatigue syndrome. I had well-intended people, physios and all those types of people saying, yeah, like, go and exercise and try this Swiss ball exercise. And I was doing stability exercises and things that were well beyond my physical condition. I did it because I was under the guidance of these so-called professionals, and they were well-intended. It's just they didn't really understand CFS, and they didn't understand the body and how to work with it properly. And, no one's fault, but you've got to learn through those lessons. I think it would be very silly to tell someone to go for a long walk when they can't even, leave their house most of the time, or to tell someone to go and exercise when, they can barely do the daily routine and structure of a normal household. And I've done a really deep video on this on YouTube. It's about a 25-minute long video called Chronic Fatigue Syndrome and Exercise, and I would highly recommend watching that. I've got the whiteboard and I talk about all the different modalities and the intensity and modality of exercise and what you should and shouldn't do. But basically what you need to know is that depending on where you're at is going to be dependent on what you do. And for some people, exercise is the last thing you need to do right now. If you're highly stressed, if you're highly sick, if your immune system is totally low, if your sleep is totally out of whack, if your gut health is not good, if you're constantly getting flus and colds and, basically have a super lower immune system, exercising shouldn't be on your priority list right now. What needs to be on your priority list in that moment is quality rest, calming down your nervous system, eating with consistency and making sure that your blood sugar levels are level and really consistent, making sure that your sleep routine's good, and getting into a daily rhythm where you start to generally feel a little bit stronger, versus trying to do a bunch of exercises that wipe you out for the rest of the day and aren't giving you the results. So please don't think that exercise is bad for you. We don't even use the word exercise anymore. We talk about movement. The thing inside our program is you need to know when to go and you need to know when to slow. We talk about working in, which is actually giving you energy, versus working out, which is excreting energy. There's nothing wrong with working out if your body has the capability to handle the load placed upon it doing that movement. Okay? So, no, I don't agree with graded exercise therapy. It's too inflexible, and the problem is it's wrongly prescribed. We don't do graded exercise therapy in our program. People have totally misguided that whole concept because it's wrongly prescribed. There's no flexibility, and it doesn't take into account how that person's feeling on a good day versus a bad day. Movement is great, but it has to be done in the right way.